Hello, welcome to all of you. So in this video, I will discuss some more MCQs on economic analysis. In this video, I will take up this demand analysis that are helpful for CSCS CMA foundation course students. Look at the first question there. Demand for a commodity refers to. What's the meaning of demand? First option is desire for the commodity. Yes, and option B, need for the commodity. Okay, and the C, option C is quantity demanded of that commodity. That's right. And option D, quantity of the commodity demanded at a certain price during any particular period of time. So this option D seems to be the best option to be chosen, because this covers a wider meaning of the demand rather than any other. And those first three options that are not complete. Desire for the commodity, okay, that's not the definition of complete demand. So it is only desire, that's in the layman's language. Demand refers to the desire and the need for the commodity, and quantity demanded of that commodity. Okay, so in order to qualify the term demand, it's a technical term. So it has the commodity should be price tagged, or price of the commodity has to be mentioned, and then the particular point in time is required to be taken into account. Otherwise, demand becomes meaningless. Okay, see, look at the second question. Contraction of demand is the result of. So here some explanation is required, I hope so, because it's a technical difference only. Otherwise, the contraction and decrease means the same thing, and increase and expansion means same for in a layman's language, but interchangeably those words are used, but technically there is difference, and let us see what is it. A difference, a bit of explanation could do well in this case. So see here, if there is rise in price, okay, and then demand could fall down. If there is rise in price, demand may fall. This is called contraction. And if there is a fall in price and demand may rise, that's called expansion. So this is the difference between contraction and expansion, or the meaning of contraction, expansion. And look at the other case, increase and decrease in demand. So what happens in this case is due to the changes in other factors that are determinants, like income, weather condition, taste and preferences, etc. So what happens there, if there is a change in demand, that is called either increase or decrease. Suppose demand rises even if the price is constant. If demand rises due to other reasons, there may be rise in income, or there may be changes in taste and preferences of consumers, whatever it is. So due to that reason, if there is rise in demand, so demand curve will shift towards right side. This is called increase in demand, sorry. And then in case due to other reasons, if the price remains constant, and due to other reasons like fall in income or change in taste and preferences, etc. So what happens, the demand may fall, quantity demanded may fall. It is not quantity demanded fall, it is called decrease in demand. And in this case, there will be shift in demand curve from right to left. So this is increase or decrease, case of increase or decrease. And in case there is change in price, and if demand changes, that is the case of contraction and expansion. So on the basis of this explanation, so we will be able to answer this question easily. Contraction of demand is result of. That we know that it is because of the change in price of the commodity alone. That is, contraction means there is rise in price of the commodity, so there is contraction in demand. That is the answer. And let us see what are the options given. Option A here is that decrease in the number of consumers. So that is the other cause than that of the change in price, so we cannot choose that. In this case, what happens, the demand curve will shift towards left. And option B, increase in the price of the good concerned. This is the option which is right, because contraction is associated with the changes in price of the same commodity. That means rise in the price of the commodity, that would result in contraction of the demand. And if there is a fall in the price, there will be expansion in demand. Option C is that increase in price of the other goods. Again, that in that case there will be shift in demand curve. And fourth option, decrease in the income of purchaser. Even in this case, there will be a shift in demand curve. That could be the decrease in demand. And in this case also, in case of option C also, increase in price of other goods. So there will be increase in the demand. So in that case, the demand curve will shift right side. In that case, increase in the price of other goods. Okay, so here the best option is the option B, increase in the price of the same good. okay, or price of the good concerned, that would result in contraction of demand. Let's see the other question. Third one here is all but one of the following are assumed to remain same. That means only one variable here varies and others they are constant. While drawing an individual demand curve for a commodity, which one is that? So, while drawing an individual demand curve, three options in these options given would remain constant and only one variable varies. What is that? Let us see. Option A, the preference of the individual, that should remain constant. So, we assume that other things remain constant, that ceteris paribus criteria. So, that condition means that except the price of the same commodity, other conditions will remain constant. So, this one among them, the preference of the individual remains constant. Option B, his monetary income, that should remain constant, and the price, only this varies while constructing the demand curve. And option D, price of related good, that also should remain constant. So, here option that is right is option C. Thank you. See you in the next video.